Oh, I finally saw Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
And I am kind of amazed that they just kind of cut like really key things from that story. Like the fact that one actor quits and is replaced by another actor, and they never explain it in the movie. That would add 45 seconds onto the film. It's a great bit.
You want to go do Love Malcolm. Welcome to Unboxing, folks. Once again, live and in person. Our test results this week have been negative, so here we are. And we're happy to have you. This is a show where we open our mail, things that people send to our P.O. box, and we thank our donors, people who go to welcometothebasementshow.com and contribute.
People such as these people.
You're going to tell us.
What, me? Brandon, the Factory Boy, Scott, Wilson, Malcolm, Benjamin, Kevin, Ferris, Michael, Dan, Alexander, Wayne, David, Christine, Mara, John, Stephanie, Marie, Mario, Jennifer, Ashton, and Zach, Tiffany, and James. Thank you all.
The rest of the donors later in the show. Look at all these postcards.
Let's see if I still have it. It's been 2 months. Or 4 months. It's been a lot of months.
City Investment Building, New York. Vintage postcard there. Not signed. Big fan of the show. I was wondering if you've seen the movie Raise. Have not seen it. JP, what is your favorite use of a popular song in a movie's soundtrack? My personal favorite is Head Over Heels in Donnie Darko.
My favorite from recent movies would be the 1-2 punch in Uncut Gems. Billy Joel's The Stranger and Madonna's Rain. It was very weird how they were both used. And both of them, when they were used, it's like, why did it take so long for these songs to be used in a movie? You?
Oh, there's so much to choose from.
Just choose one you really like.
Probably Queen Bitch in Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Yes. Hey, it looks like this would be XTC.
Hey,
yes.
There you go. Life Aquatic right there. Sean Henry serves up a little Irish stew. A mystery sign here in Victoria, BC. Irish stew. Thanks for keeping the basement open for us all. A morale booster.
3 for 3.
Chelsea from Indiana. I just recently started rewatching Welcome to the Basement and wanted to say thank you for making this show and for making me laugh. Matt, please don't chuck this at Craig's neck. See, if I don't chuck it at his neck, he can't catch it. And lastly, from Krista and Jess, we have this Pride postcard. Happy Pride to everyone in the basement. We hope you are all staying safe, sane, and healthy. A virtual thumb kiss to all. A real-life thumb kiss to you.
Got that one.
If you are a viewer and you have questions, we do our best to answer your viewer questions. From Karen Hebert, we have a couple here. Which of the cats is your favorite? Karen, shame on you. How could you ask me such a question? I could never pick which one of my cats is my favorite. However, I will point out that Tona has noticed that each of the cats tends to gravitate toward one of us. Cecil is sort of her cat, and then Sadie's kind of mine. So there's that. But I would never pick one as my favorite. Karen.
Gus the Theater Cat.
Karen also asks, do you have a snack you eat when you watch a movie? I try not to. I try not to snack in general, but I'll just tell you a few of my favorite snacks. Jalapeno flavored kettle chips. Specifically, Kettle brand kettle chips. That bag, when you open it, there's no rolling it back up and saving the rest for later. That bag will be gone. Miss Vicky's are not too bad either. I know you're not a fan of kettle chips. And I wasn't in the beginning either, but I feel like they're perfecting them. They're not quite as crunchy as they used to be.
I accept them, but it really feels as though I have to work far too hard to chew a kettle chip.
And then as far as sweet snacks go, we have Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter cups. The dark chocolate ones are much better than the milk chocolate ones because there's more of a contrast of flavors, and the flavors complement each other. The bitterness of the dark chocolate and the sweetness of the peanut butter. Also, there's a textural element to these because the base of the cup is very thick and the walls are thin. So when you bite into them, you encounter very little resistance until the end when you get to that bottom, and then you got to bite through it, and it's just a very satisfying experience. I hate the fact that I'm doing commercials here, basically, for brands, but you asked the question and I answered it.
I know you also enjoy the sour cream and onion ruffle.
Oh, any sour cream and onion chip.
Yeah.
Actually, I probably prefer the Lay's. I love how thin they are. They're so crunchy. You can just, it's... Okay, I gotta stop.
I'm a general Oreos man. Spencer Riley asks, has anyone involved with the films you watch and review ever commented on your videos? Well, there's the woman behind you, the zombie woman, she sent us that. Her son is a fan of the show.
We have the video from Barry Bostwick where he was sort of asked to do it, but he talks about our show.
And I'm now apparently talking to Matt and Craig because I'm supposed to tell them to keep up the good work. And I do the finger thing. This is Megaforce. Cut away to Megaforce up there. Go up to Megaforce. Megaforce. And then back down here. Am I in focus? Watch Welcome to the Basement every other Friday. Not every Friday, but every other Friday.
Back in the Chad Vader days, we got a comment from Tommy Chong. He said, I really like your Chad Vader video, man. It was all typed out, but I imagine it in his voice.
Yeah.
And Adam asks, would you consider a turtleneck sweater? Yes, I would consider that, but I don't think it would work so well on me. You really need to be slender and mature to rock a turtleneck sweater, because you got to be able to tuck that thing in. And when you have a physique like mine, you don't tuck a lot of shirts in.
I am not a fan of turtlenecks. I don't know. They seem to be associated with all of the wrong people in my youth. Like the creepy men would wear turtlenecks. Mimes. Carl Sagan.
Who was that hunter I saw you with the other night? That was no hunter. That was my wife. In Argentina, Yor is spelled L-L-O-R.
Come on, Yor. Watch your step. All the rocks are where I left them. It's wonderful.
You don't know that he talks like that.
I'm assuming he talks like that.
Who does her hair? It's very well done, and the makeup, too.
Welcome to our village.
I'm not so much a village guy. I kind of need to be by myself right now. I'm just trying to figure out Yor. Who does he look like?
Matthew Modine.
That's it. Die, Barry Gibb! No, that's not in very good taste, is it? Yeegaw!
We'll be safe here, Kala. It's where I used to hide when I was a boy.
And look at me now. I'm alive.
You guys, where are you? I've been texting all day. I know a place where we can go to. It is called Zabriskie Point.
The poisonous vapors in the ground which kill all plants.
They call it fracking.
Where's Kala? Fishing.
And drinking lots of salt water. I keep telling her not to. But Kala gonna do what Kala gonna do.
Tarita.
By the hairs of my well-trimmed beard, I'm glad to see you.
I have to retrieve my weapons from the cave of that strange object.
You have time enough. Now enjoy your food.
I urge you to chillax. Let's open a couple of packages.
Curious about what might be in this little fella.
This is from Mary and Harry. Thanks for the endless hours, the entertainment. We've bonded so much over movies and episodes of Welcome to the Basement. Oh, that's cool. From Pullman, Washington. We have House of a Thousand Corpses by Rob Zombie.
Is that the first one or the second one?
I think it's the first one, and I think it's an early Rainn Wilson role, and I think he gets turned into a fish. And then we've got School of Rock, Special Collector's Edition.
Oaf from the YouTubes, who lives in Los Angeles, California. Keep being awesome. Also, seen these? It seems to be collectible cards from various movies. The Phantom, Billy Zane movie. Cop on the Scene, Dick Tracy. Moonraker.
I see Supergirl. Oh, those are really cool.
These are 9 movies I've never seen.
I've seen The Phantom. Oh, you've seen Batman Returns.
Oh, I've seen Batman Returns. Okay, yes, I've seen that one.
You've seen Moonraker, right?
Nope.
Thank you, Oaf. When people send records to our P.O. Box, I make an effort to listen to them, and I have one right here. This is The Weather Report, Mr. Gone. I've talked about Jaco Pastorius in the past. This is his group. It's not his group. He was in this group. He is a famous bass player who's no longer with us. There was a documentary made about his life. None of that's important. We're talking about The Weather Report and their jazz fusion. You want to know what The Weather Report sounds like? I'll give it to you in a very simple way. It sounds like ba-doom, ba-doom, da-doom, ba-doom, ba-da-ba-ba. I know that may seem a little glib. Musically, I'm sure it's very complicated stuff. I don't know really much about that. I think this is interesting, but it doesn't mean that I necessarily like it. But this is exactly the type of stuff that a record collection that is very eclectic, such as the one I have behind me, you should have stuff like this in your collection, because you never know when some weirdo with a goatee is going to come over and he's going to say, "You're into the Weather Report, man?" And you go, sure, why don't you play that? And that could be the day that you get into the weather report, when the weirdo helps you do that.
Yes, Matt and I have been each other's weirdos so many different times with so many different albums.
Here are some more donors. Mitchell, thanks again for all you do. Got a couple more records coming your way. One of them is Kids See Ghosts, which we actually opened last time. Didn't realize it was from Mitchell at the time. I will listen to that very soon. You were supposed to bring it over today and you forgot.
Sorry.
And the other one we have not gotten yet, but I'm sure that's going to happen soon. It also has ghosts in the title. If you want to find out what it is, keep watching Unboxing. You'll find out eventually. Thank you, Mitchell. We also have Robert, Amber, Melanie, Grant, Greg, Abigail, Cole, Elizabeth, Crafty Fandom, Nathan, Emily, Mitchell, Adam, Ralph, Mike, Shannon, Kempson, Gail, Eric, Alfred, Bernard, Andrew, JP, Shelby, William, Justine, RPC Services, Reed, Joseph, Patrick, and Jed.
Every single one of you, thank you.
Let's open those last two packages. The one that is not a box is for you.
This is Therese in Mackay, Queensland, Australia.
And what do you know? This is from Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Hey there, Mitchell. He probably gets that a lot.
He probably does.
He's got 2 albums for Matt and a book for both of you. The albums had extremely limited physical releases, so I made these myself. Trap House Rock.
The house is a trap.
Kids these days. Well, trap music is a certain type of music. I imagine it's that. Ghetto. Song called Ghetto. Okay. Cool. I look forward to finding out what this is. And also, we've got Pink Lemonade. Closure in Moscow.
Hey, it looks like
Holy Mountain.
The Priest in Holy Mountain, yeah.
Yeah. I will be playing these in the car. A book here for both of us. In the Blink of an Eye by Walter Murch. A Perspective on Film Editing. Yes! I don't know if this is the same editing book that I read by Walter Murch, but I was fascinated by it. It was right when I was learning to edit, and I thought it was just hugely inspirational. Walter Murch is a really, at least legendary editor. Might be the best editor, along with Thelma Schoonmaker and people like that.
Allen.
Yeah. But he's also a really great writer. I am looking forward to reading this. This is awesome.
And then I'm looking forward to reading this. Hi, Matt, Craig, and Tona. Hope you're all doing okay during these strange times, or even that the strange times are behind us by the time you're unboxing this. You can say that. You're in Australia. We're in the United States. We get to keep this thing for a long time. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Some laughter and some familiarity is what we all need in our lives right now. Therese. And then she sends the usual, an Australian movie for Matt, Crackerjack. It seems to be about cricket.
It's for young and old.
Superior Licorice for Tona.
Oh my god, it's a giant licorice wheel.
Oh my goodness. Whoa.
Oh, hey, you didn't notice there's a note on here.
Whoa.
There is a ridiculous amount of licorice that passes through this house that I am not allowed to eat. From Andon. Welcome to the Basement Fan and fellow licorice lover. Cool, thanks a lot, Andon.
Sorry, Andon.
Aw, thank you.
A book for Lorenzo, which is Peter Helliar, Frankie Fish. These are books for people with really good eyes. These 2 buttons for me. We used previous buttons that you sent us, a red one and a blue one, to make an R2-D2 costume for Lorenzo. So you didn't know you were helping with that. And then we have these 2 homemade postcards that are made from her home. This is her kitchen, and this is her lounge room.
Oh, that's
We
cool.
call a living room, yeah. A lounge room.
This is my lounge room.
There's a TV with Matt on it, and Matt has a little TV with me on it.
Oh, cool. Take a look at this licorice wheel. Look at it.
Stare into the wheel.
Crack that whip. Licorice whip.
Thanks, Waylon.
Ooh, that's nice and soft licorice. I will now recommend an episode from our back catalog for you to watch or rewatch, and that is episode 128, Corvette Summer.
Ah!
This is Mark Hamill in the prime of his life, and I think it's the only non-Star Wars role from that period.
Ugh, I think there's one other one.
Is there?
He was in the Big Red One.
Oh,
Yeah, which is a huge movie. It's
Of course.
Yeah, which I've never seen.
I've seen it.
You have?
Yeah, really good. Lee Marvin.
Yeah.
But Corvette Summer is a fun movie. I was always under the impression that it was this raunchy sex comedy. And it's not.
Yeah.
It's got Annie Potts kind of undressing vaguely in the background, but, it's a good teen movie. And you get to see young Mark Hamill doing his thing.
He's playing outside of what he normally does, where he finds out that a mentor has been lying to him and kind of forcing him to the dark side.
It's a departure.
It's kind of a departure, yeah.
There are buttons at the end of this episode. You can click on them and watch Corvette Summer, and now you can watch this. Hammer of the gods, drive the ships to new land.
In the darkest depths of Moto. Not the same song.
That's a different song.
But still, if it keeps on raining, the levee's gonna break.
Levee's gonna break, levee's gonna break. Keeps on raining, that levee's going to break. That crazy levee will break.